Hey guys, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing okay. I'm going to read through about half of the article here. There is a link in the description if you'd like to go through that yourself. I guess you can consider this just a bit of a heads up, a bit of awareness in regards to this, and this may be something, as I say, that you want to go away and do some research on to get more of the information. And it's good news. 70 missing children have been found by authorities, most of them in West Texas, during a lengthy effort or a lengthy operation called Operation Lost Souls. Operation Lost Souls. The children were found in Midland, Odessa, El Paso, Dallas, Fort Worth, Colorado, Ciudad, if I pronounce that correctly, Ciudad Juarez in Mexico. The operation ran from the end of April through mid-May in El Paso, Midland, Ector, and Tom Green counties. Many of the children were runaways and were between the ages of 10 and 17 years of age. Some children were victims of sex trafficking and physical and sexual abuse. So 70 children found across these variety of areas, mostly Texas based, if I understand, and some within Mexico. And to me, this is a very short investigation. The operation ran from the end of April through mid-May. Well, that's very short. That's only just over a couple of weeks. To have recovered 70 children in such a short space of time is amazing, but at the same time kind of worrying, isn't it? I mean, such a short investigation saving so many children. What the heck is going on? How many more children are out there? How many children are being human trafficked and sex trafficked? Some children were victims of sex trafficking, the article says. Sex trafficking is described as a form of human trafficking, and it is also known as modern-day slavery, according to the CDC, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Operation Lost Souls exemplifies Homeland Security investigations' commitment to protecting the public from crimes of victimization. In this case, we are looking out for our children, our community's most precious resource, said the El Paso Deputy Special Agent. HSI, Homeland Security Investigations, is committed to continue working with our law enforcement partners to locate, recover, and help missing children heal, whilst ensuring that perpetrators are held responsible for these heinous crimes and brought to justice. So that's really as much of the article that I wanted to go through. There is a little middle section there which provides some details of some specific children that were recovered. I'd rather keep things general, but you might want to look into Operation Lost Souls more thoroughly. I mean, my takeaway from this is that 70 is a very high number to have. That's a great amount of children to have recovered. We can be very happy with that. For the investigation or for the operation to last only a couple of weeks is an amazingly short period of time to yield such incredible results. So, although that kind of seems good, it has me worried. What more is going on? You know, a 2-week investigation and you yield this many. I mean, well, what if you do? Hopefully, this investigation is ongoing, or presumably there are other investigations which are ongoing. I don't know. I'm just kind of like baffled. My mind is a little bit blown. What is the real number? What is the real number of those children that are being used for human trafficking, sex trafficking purposes? If they save 70 children in a very short operation, then how many children are really out there? I've got to presume thousands. Is it tens of thousands? Is it hundreds of thousands? How normal is this to have children sex trafficked? I mean, I'm getting more scared the more I reflect on this. It seems way too normal. So look, I don't really know what to say there. This is great that they've yielded 70 saved souls, Operation Lost Souls. But I mean, seemingly this is the tippity top of the iceberg, and one that we hope is going to thaw out. The article also notably doesn't mention any details of who's being charged or any arrests or anything like that. Are they US citizens? Are they Mexican citizens? We don't know. Are they a part of a cartel? The public deserve more information in that regard, and the public deserve more investigation. So this operation needs to continue. Homeland Security investigations needs to be adequately funded to do what it can to not only save children, but to bring the perpetrators to justice, and to set a new standard for the protection of children that go missing or are perhaps runaways and end up being human trafficked and sex trafficked. I'm quite sure that this is not limited to Texas. It's not limited to Mexico's involvement. This type of thing happens all over the world. I did an article just a few days ago. I can't remember the location. I think it was either the UK. I think it was the UK. A girl had gone missing. She had had an argument with her mother. She stormed out of the apartment at the family home, and she was preyed upon, and she was taken for a month. And effectively, if I recall the details, the article was rightfully light on details, because there's a young girl to protect. I believe she was 15 years of age, but essentially she was subject to sex trafficking for a month. She was forced to do things that she should not have endured. And regrettably, it's going to be the same for presumably many of these children, of the 70 missing children that thankfully now have been found, aged between 10 and 17. I mean, what horrors did these guys collectively face? Human traffickers and sex traffickers can only exist because there's a market, because people are paying for the services that they provide or that they get from these slaves, these child slaves, be that commercial work or sexual activity. People are paying for that. I hope that this investigation and all investigations like this spend a lot of their time not only recovering the children, but also not only prosecuting the gangs, the cartels, the human traffickers, the sex traffickers themselves, but also the end user, the clients, whoever it is that's handing over their dollars or their pesos to abuse those children or adults that are being either human trafficked and taken advantage of, for cheap labor, or more so for those that are being forced into prostitution, especially those that are being forced into child prostitution. The end users of that are the ones that are funding the organizations. If they did not exist, then the criminals in this regard would not exist. They would have another racket to focus on. So I really do hope that the investigations do focus on those guys and that they get results in that regard. And whoever is found to have, whatever the right term may be, but essentially paid for the abuse of these people, they need to be held accountable. They need to be named, shamed, jailed. I'm going to wrap things up here, guys. If you have anything that you'd like to add, please do leave a comment. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll thank you for your time.